How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. Now on today's show we're going to be talking about football, and in terms of football I mean matches. We're going to get away from the European Super League finally, and we're going to talk about the two games in the Premier League last night. And the last piece of news, of course, does involve Arsenal, and CEO Vinai has been having to make some grovelling phone calls to the other CEOs of the Premier League clubs.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So, of course, there were two games in the Premier League last night, and it's nice to actually see some football again and actually focus on the matches. There has been some games over the last few days, but I don't think anybody even remembers, to be fair. Even if you're a supporter of one of the teams playing, you probably can't even remember. But yeah, there were two games, two big games. And first one was Tottenham against Southampton. Now, of course, this was the first game for Spurs since sacking Jose Mourinho. And Ryan Mason is the interim manager, and he's got off to a winning start. And Southampton, they took the lead. Danny Ings, Gareth Bale equalised. Tottenham thought that they had the winning goal, but it was ruled out for offside by VAR. And then in the last minute, they were awarded a penalty, and that was given by VAR as well. And it was actually Heung-min Son that took the penalty because, of course, Harry Kane was not playing. And is that just because they're really making sure he's ready for the Carabao Cup final at the weekend? Or is it because, yeah, he is injured and he won't even make that one? I do think that he will play in the Carabao Cup final. It's just a Harry Kane thing. He always seems to come back from these injuries earlier than he should do, and it ends up normally hindering Spurs, and they end up playing worse. But yeah, like I said, Ryan Mason, he'll be happy about that. They get off to a winning start, couple of points off the Champions League places. They have played a game more than anybody else, and it is going to be a upward struggle to try and get into those European places. But they'll be happy they got the win given the week that they've had as well. Next game was Aston Villa against Manchester City. Very, very interesting game. 2-1 to Manchester City. Now they went 1-0 down inside the first minute. And I was sitting there and I was thinking to myself, oh my word, don't tell me Manchester City are going to blow the Premier League title to Manchester United. Surely not. Phil Foden, what a season he's having. What a talent. Gets himself a goal. And then John Stones gets himself sent off. Manchester City were winning by this point, by the way. But yeah, John Stones goes and gets himself sent off. And that was a VAR decision as well. And the implications of that, well, they're quite big, because he's now going to miss the Carabao Cup final against Spurs at the weekend. But looking at that, you're thinking to yourself, wow, Manchester City really could struggle now. And it's going to be difficult for them. But I think 13 minutes, the advantage was for Aston Villa before they were reduced to 10 men. Matty Cash got himself sent off, and rightly so as well when you see it. And yeah, Manchester City, they were able to get that win. The second goal for them, which was scored by Rodri. There'll be question marks over Emi Martinez. Comes out for the cross. And as a goalkeeper, if you come out for a cross and you don't get it, and, the player has that header, and yeah, it's one of them ones. He's had a fantastic season at Aston Villa. But, yeah, things like that are what he will want to eradicate from his game. But Manchester City, they march on. And when you look at the Premier League table, what does that do? Well, Manchester City, they are top, of course, and they are 11 points clear of Manchester United. But Manchester United do have a game in hand. I think Manchester City only need 8 more points to be crowned champions. 5 games left to play. But yeah, if they didn't win that one, my word, they would have been on 74 points. Manchester United with a game in hand, if they would have won that, they would have been on 69. There would have been 5 points difference. Whoa, that's very, very tight. Spurs, they are in 6th place, 33 games played, 53 points. Aston Villa, they stay in 11th place, and they're sitting on 44 points. And Southampton, they're going to be safe, I would say. Fulham are in that final relegation spot, but they're on 27 points. But West Brom, they've only played 31 games and they're on 24. No, I don't think Southampton are going to get dragged into that. Not with only 6 games left to play for the majority of them down there. I do think that both Fulham and West Brom have probably left it too little too late. And they will be the teams that get dragged in and stay within, you know, those relegation places. Sheffield United, of course, are relegated. So, yeah, very interesting in the Premier League table. Now, last piece of news, of course, we couldn't not talk about some of the European Super League and maybe the fallout of it. And at Arsenal, reports yesterday were saying that CEO Vinai Venkatesham has reportedly spent the whole of Wednesday phoning Premier League chiefs to apologise for the club's actions with regards to the failed European Super League. Of course, there were 14 other teams who were not involved in this, and apparently he has had to phone all of the executives to those 14 teams. I don't know who leaks this information, but it was reported by the Telegraph. But they said that he acted early to try to placate some of the anger that has been directed towards the club. The publication claimed that he rang the executives of all 14 teams not involved to say sorry and ask for forgiveness. The talks were described as largely awkward, but it is believed the sentiment was appreciated by the majority. I'd love to know who they get this information from. You know, were they sitting there listening, tapping to the phones or something? And apparently, Vinai has also had to go and speak to Mikel Arteta and the players and apologise to them. Now, the one thing I'll say about this is that it shouldn't be Vinai's job. First and foremost, I don't think he should be in a job anymore. I think he needs to go, as do the rest of the CEOs of the, you know, big 6 that were involved. But he is the fall guy. And, you know, rightly or wrongly, he's going to be the one that takes the brunt of it. And it looks very much like he's the one going around doing the job that the likes of Stan Kroenke should have been doing. What an absolute parasite. You go and do all of this and put everybody in this situation, and then you don't even have the balls or the decency to be able to go around and apologise. You go and get somebody else to do it for you. Weak, spineless man. That's all I can say about him. And I can't wait until Friday when, you know, there's going to be protests at the Emirates and fans can get a voice and voice their opinion. 6 p.m. at the Emirates before the game against Everton. So if you're in the area, get down and support it. But yeah, it's like I said, too little too late, all of it. All of the sorries and the apologies. It's just token gestures now. You've laid your cards on the table and there's no turning back from it. And you're all as culpable Stan Kroenke being the most. But yeah, it shouldn't be down to other people to apologise and whatnot. And like I said, it's too little too late. These other CEOs and executives must be looking and thinking, shut up. What are you apologising for? You're sorry because it fell apart. You weren't sorry that you decided to, you know, piss off over there and leave everyone else behind and mug your own club off and the fans and everything. Nah, no sympathy at all. And what I say is, you know, don't punish the fans and the club as a whole, you know, the badge. Because that's what we, you know, love and that's what we fight for. Because we haven't done anything wrong. This is where the authorities need to go in and punish the likes of Stan Kroenke. Do something. Anything. I don't know what it can be, but it's got to be something. Punish them. All of them. Yeah. I don't think I can say much more than that. So there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think about today's topics. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you a lot soon. I'm out of here.